Hi friends, welcome back to Dergy Playin the Somnium Files. So last time I love Mizuki forever. Period. Uh you can understand the nuance and the depth of that sentence if you watch that. But I fucking God, Jesus, I love her. Now, what the fuck do I do and where and why? Because that's not the end. I did not remember the sheer amount of things that are not explained in that ending, and I have this feeling that it's an amount of things that there's more to in this game. There's more truths here, I think, because there's just too many things that do not add up. But it feels like par for the course, for example, 999, but I don't know, I feel like this game is more about getting the truth. So, and there's at least one more route that has juicy details, because So being nuts isn't the whole story, but yeah, like I thought, he's the one doing the crimes, but that's not really the mystery here. I started to realize that after a little while. It wasn't who was doing the crimes, it was why. There's still some things that are really sus about everything. Like, if we remove So from the equation, every real truth about the crimes is still like, huh? First of all, there was that thing towards the end of Mizuki's route that made me scratch my head. It seems like she was saying Hitomi? That was her homeroom teacher, right? Was both her mom's best friend. I don't know if I ever heard about her even knowing Shoko. But also that she was also walking next to So when she saw her. I think she said something like after the first incident. Was it Shoko's death, maybe? Maybe that's what she meant by first incident. I think she said first incident. But anyway, but then, like, there's that, and I'm not really quite sure what she's even referring to, but there seems to be something with Hitomi and So, which there wasn't really any indication of that, otherwise I don't know what to think of that. But then there's many things, like, I'm forgetting most of it right now, because, we haven't dealt with a lot of that stuff for a while. We were focusing on catching So, and we finally did, yay, but, like, there's a lot of things that don't add up. I honestly don't remember them right now. But I just remember there's a lot of things that don't add up. So, let's start piecing those together, hopefully. I'll start remembering slowly as we continue, I guarantee you, thankfully. And I will address them as they come up in my brain. And in the game. But where do we start? No, we're not starting in Iris' Somnium. I'm pretty sure that just leads to a bad end. I'm just guessing, but, like, there's gotta be some hint about it, right? But then what the hell is this? And yeah, obviously Hitomi's important. That's been made even clearer by this ending, but I don't know what it means. Unless she wasn't talking about Hitomi, but I'm pretty damn certain she was. It's a So-esque situation where, like, the only teacher that was mentioned was Hitomi. Just like, the only politician that was ever mentioned was So, and the government was doing shit, so of course. The obvious truth is that So did it, right? What the hell could we get to if we basically came to the wrong conclusion? Because that's what that would do, right? Just like going here. I must need to do one or the other. So it looks like right now the only ways to get to more of the story are here and here. And I feel like this is just a bad end, but maybe I'm wrong. I also kind of feel like this is just a bad end, but a little less so. Which is why it seems like the only real option I have right now, to my brain, is this. That still doesn't unlock shit, I'll go here, but I have a feeling it's gonna unlock something. Like that, there's two of these, right? One of them is gonna unlock one is gonna unlock the other. If that's not true, I don't know. But I have a feeling these are the last two routes in the game? Well, we're gonna see. Well, maybe it doesn't lead to a different conclusion of it being So, but maybe it literally leads to the same conclusion, but literally in a better way. Where it actually, like, solves other things. But, I don't know. But either way, let's go back into Ryota's brain so we never have to again. Because I don't think that this will lead anywhere good. Because it's literally going off of Iris's delusions. So, yeah. Also, I will use a guide for this, just to make this happen. Because again, we do not want to spend too long in here. I am a story person. I am not a five-head-ass gamer, okay? I think that my commentary is best served when I can get through a game quickly so I can think can talk about the story and the characters. Plus, I'll be honest, I'm impatient and I don't like redoing things anyway, so that's more of it than I'd like to admit, but hey. I wouldn't recommend it, but a lot of people seem to be really into that, and I don't really understand what the whole thing about gaming content where people are just constantly upset at the game. Why is that entertaining to people? I don't. Anyway. By the way, the guide that I just pulled up, because I like to credit my guides, is once again the Somnium Files wiki on Wikia. Or actually, no, on Fandom. Different site, very similar function. Okay, so apparently I did what this guide is calling Branch B. I'm guessing, but I thought Mizuki's route was a true route. Can you please take me with you? Oh yeah, this is very cute and weird. But welcome to AI the Somnium Files, a mix of just every emotion possible. Like, you know, for example, right here I'm feeling a mix of, cute, and, what? It's just, usually my reaction to I'm Iris Lover.
Somnium scan. Activate!
Yeah, we don't care about overthinking his hero. Kind of is a little bit, but let's not think about that,
Curse you, Polar!
Because he does not deserve his brain to be like this, just because he did one good thing in his life, the only good thing he ever did. And of course the only good thing he ever did relates specifically to Iris. I say the only good thing that he ever did, but he at least seemed to love his mom. Okay, apparently if you start with Iris here, they won't take very long, and you'll get good timies from ears. I haven't seen this one before.
Tessa's catchphrase.
Yeah, if anything is gonna make her react, it's that.
All right. Ears!
Headset, pet, A-set!
Cute.
No, not you!
This will probably not help wake Iris.
Cute. Eyeball punch!
This is for Date!
Oh yeah, that's what I did before, but I love it so much. I have to.
This is for Date! This is for Date!
What did the ice do to me?
Those who don't fight won't survive!
It got in your way. Wait, A, because A set, breathe on it. And you should definitely do this, because, ow, 200 is a lot. 200 is most of that.
But then, something strange happened.
What's happening?
The fuck?
Oh, that's bright.
What is this?
We're out of options! Tessa!
He just hit his head.
If this was another, I would have died already!
Another? Is that a reference to a real game?
Next time, he will get me! That's just destiny!
Or maybe it was a reference to a show or something?
I will fight destiny! And win!
So he says.
I'm the one who has to help him.
True.
We have to make Hero of Justice Ota fight back and look cool doing it.
Meh. Unfortunately. Apparently what we need to do is we need to... an option called sortie, whatever that means. Is it a forklift term? I don't know. On this forklift.
What? Sortie?
This is Ota's world, right? Your role in this dream is to assist Ota in his fight against the polar bear.
Lousy Ota. Thanks to him, my image as a cool intellectual has been destroyed. All systems green. Synchronization rate, 6%. Now, cargo handling car. Forklift. Sortie!
What the heck is a sortie? What does that even mean?
Hey, forklift! Fork over that weapon now! I can't stand. I'm weak.
Did he really help Iris like that?
We have no choice but to have Ota do it. We need him to stand up.
Just literally go to Ota. It is that simple. That's funny as hell. Literally anything on him. I've tried like motivate and encourage. I will try calm?
Ota,
I think
first,
you
calm down.
The ghost inside me whispered. That's right. I was ready for this when I first stepped foot inside. from start to finish. I'm a climax all the way!
What is that? What does that even mean? That is the Englishiest sentence I've ever heard in a localized game. What?
There! Why?
Oh, this is closer to what happened, because did he not end up getting stabbed before? Or maybe he did. Huh. He did get stabbed. He didn't get stabbed in the other one, the other dream. So this might be closer to reality here. Which might mean... I mean, the thing is, we definitely found the culprit last time. Branching off of... did we branch off of this one? I don't know.
Sorry that I had to get rough with you, kid.
But either way, well, we did the other route, so let's see what happens as a result.
Seriously, dude? Come on.
So sorry, Ota. Date told me to be the bad cop.
You're always the bad cop, and I love you for that.
I did
And other
not.
reasons.
Temper,
Many
temper.
reasons.
Whatever. Anyway, Ota, I have some things I want to ask you. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Let me get right down to it. Your mother, Mayumi Matsushita, was at the warehouse, wasn't she?
What are you talking about?
Was she there?
Why would she be? That happened at 3 a.m. She was at home asleep.
Then why did we find evidence at the crime scene?
Evidence?
Sure, it might not prove she was there.
Wait, was this what it... I don't remember this part before, but I feel like this would have come up before as well.
But it makes it likely.
I don't remember what happened after this one right now.
The
The
evidence
other
is...
side of this. I think I maybe do remember this.
Todoroki Man chocolate. This Mayumi Matsushita's Mayumi purchased the chocolate. The purchase was made at the store was
The Todoroki Man chocolate.
the same one I showed you at the hospital. I found it in the corner of the cold storage warehouse.
So? That doesn't prove anything.
Mayumi's fingerprints were on the package.
What?
You have a bad poker face, Ota. Your reaction tells me Mayumi didn't give this to you and you dropped it on your own.
That information is confirmed. Ota's fingerprints were not found on the package.
Mom isn't the killer!
I didn't say that she was. I'm saying that she was at the scene. And so were you.
Wait a minute. Why do you think Mayumi isn't the killer, Ota?
Because I was face to face with that polar bear when we fought. I could tell it wasn't my mom even through the costume. And no matter what happened, there's no way that my mom would stab me.
Why are you covering for her?
Covering?
That's why you're lying to me, right?
I'm not.
Are you sure about... You must have seen direct evidence of Mayumi being at the warehouse, but you're hiding that from us.
That's what he does. Although at least he's not doing it for Iris this time. At least for once he's trying to protect his mother, which is much more based than Iris. Although, just trying to protect Iris is still based, because oof, but like, you know what I mean in regards to Oda specifically.
Or maybe even you're starting to suspect her.
I am not.
Sure.
What are you accusing me of anyway? What do you think I'm hiding?
I think he was starting to suspect her, and I think that knife being in his other dream is part of, like, that.
The polar bear dropped the weapon in Ota's somnium.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was the floral pattern knife to begin with.
It was the floral pattern kitchen knife.
Yeah, okay. Yes, okay, no. It is the same knife. It just didn't... Because it zoomed in on the hilt, I was like, is that a different knife? No, it was the same one.
On the handle were the words, Mom, Date. From this,
I know. The kitchen knife with the floral pattern. Mom, I love you always is carved on the handle.
Ota gave me that knife for Mother's Day when he was in elementary school. He knows how much I love flowery designs.
You were stabbed by that very same knife.
How do you know that? The criminal ran away with the knife. No one was supposed to see it.
I knew it.
No, my mom didn't do it.
Then why did you not mention the kitchen knife earlier?
Because I know how it looks. I thought Mom would get accused, and then she would have been brought in here and interrogated. I didn't want to put her through that.
I honestly I feel him more in this than with Iris, because, like, first of all, it's just dementia. That's gotta be really confusing. Again, more based than constantly trying to protect Iris from the tiniest thing, early forever, and then also literally doing shit like sock puppeting on top of that, or...
And?
Mom never liked Tessa. So maybe, just maybe, Mom hired someone to kill Tessa, and she gave them that kitchen knife. I don't know. I thought of it that way. Like that would ever happen. I know it sounds crazy, but after I saw that knife, I just lost it. Please, you have to believe me. Mom isn't a serial killer.
We know it's so. I don't know how we got a hold of that knife, but what I'm guessing is following your mom around.
Yeah, I agree.
You do?
I do. I don't think it's possible for Mayumi to have kidnapped Iris, because...
2 cars were parked in front of the warehouse. One was the van owned by the Matsushita family. Ota's fingerprints were detected on the driver's seat and steering wheel.
The song is still a banger.
The other car was a station wagon. Yesterday, at 10:33 p.m., Ota stole this station wagon. It was parked at the Famisto along Koshu Highway. Ota explained his reasoning for stealing the car. He claims that while he was inside the Famisto, someone took off with the van, with Iris still inside. Ota decided to steal the station wagon parked nearby to give pursuit. Ota searched for the van in his stolen vehicle. Our investigation determined that Iris and the van were taken 1 minute before Ota stole the station wagon. This puts the incident occurring at 10:32 p.m. A video camera and laptop were discovered in the warehouse. Either could have been left by the criminal, but determining the owner through purchase history will be difficult. No fingerprints were picked up either.
10:33. Yeah, okay, I think this is the other one then. Because, like, the time doesn't match up, right? Yeah.
The Matsushita's van was stolen from the parking lot of the Famisto while Iris was in the car.
With no mistakes! Feels good, man. I don't think you would have seen it pop up because I'm just recording the game and not my screen. But, Steam just gave me an achievement for completing the investigation with no mistake, and I feel good about it. I didn't know that was a thing. Very cool.
That was yesterday, 10:32 p.m.
And apparently that was the last choice.
1 minute later at the 812, which was about 100 yards away,
Yeah.
Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate. She entered the 812 about a minute earlier. This was all caught on security cameras at the store. That means it's impossible that Mayumi could have taken the van, and that means that Mayumi being the polar bear is also next to impossible.
Phew.
However, I can't completely clear her.
What?
You said it yourself. She could have hired someone to commit the crime.
But that was...
In any case, I need to hear from Mayumi herself. I need to hear her explain the chocolate, the knife. There's a lot to cover.
Unfortunately...
I'm gonna head to Matsushita Diner.
What? Hey, well, wait a minute!
Don't worry.
Fortunately, she is
not going there to arrest her.
Touched with reality.
I'm going there to clear her of suspicion.
Really?
Yes.
You won't arrest her?
Your mother wouldn't kill anyone, right, Ota?
Thank you, Date.
Okay, finally, we need... I have been about her, but I think a lot of her stuff is literally just dementia being dementia.
Sorry for the late night, Miss Matsushita, but I have some questions I need to ask you. Could you spare some time?
I finally remembered about the warehouse. I did it. I did everything.
Wait, what? Mayumi, please. Did she this time? No.
I didn't do this last night because I wanted to give you a chance to calm down. How are you, now that you've slept on it?
What are you talking about?
I'll be honest, I don't think you're the killer. You're giving us a false confession.
No, it's true. I kidnapped that witch. I took her to the warehouse and...
Put her on the table and pulled her eyeball?
Yes.
And the polar bear costume?
I bought it through mail order.
Why is she doing this?
And you were the one wearing it?
Yes, that's right.
Date, the criminal has confessed.
You got to the top of Abyss acting like that?
I heard that she used to be an actress.
Sounds about right.
Yeah! I love her. I love her so much. I don't know why I ended up skipping. I didn't mean to. I never do. But the point was there. Either way, I'll try to not do that so much.
Well,
You were in the polar bear costume. That means you stabbed it.
yes. With the knife I brought.
What is she
I
doing?
wasn't trying to hurt him.
What is she doing?
He fought me, and then it just...
Why? I'm so confused. Is she just dementia-ing really hard? But then how does that... He also doesn't seem like she's calmed down whatsoever.
My son is under that witch's spell. Merchandise, concerts. She's bleeding him dry. I wanted to snap him out of it. I wanted to save him. Because I just hated her so much. Killing her wasn't enough. Because the world needs to see that witch die.
Just a quick question, Mayumi. Do you know anything about online streaming?
I'm not stupid. I might be old, but...
Could you explain it to me?
Huh?
Step by step. Just tell me what you did.
I can't explain it in words. It's more like muscle memory.
I mean, honestly, at a certain point, it certainly does basically become that. You get really used to doing the steps, but I really don't think someone in her state could do this. I don't. She'd forget the steps, surely. She's not as far gone as my mother, but, like, she's still pretty... So, no, like, I'm so confused. Why would she do this? Does she know she's lying, or is she, like, attached to the idea that she did this because there was a part of her that always wanted to, and dementia? That's what I'm thinking right now. Either way, there's no way this doesn't lead to something new, I hope. Because as far as I can tell, the only two new things I can do are this and the other thing I think leads to a bad end. And this really does feel to me like it's leading to a bad end again. I'm really wondering if you need them in order to continue, but that would definitely fall in line with some of the things you need to do in Zero Escape to progress, so that is probably it. Hopefully. Because I can't see any other way to progress right now, other than doing this and the iris route, so hopefully they unlock something. If not, internet! There we go.
I was able to get it working after trying a few times, that's all.
Where'd you get the camera and the laptop?
I picked them out of the garbage.
Which garbage?
It's true,
Why the fuck?
What do you know about the Cyclops killer? We call the criminal we're after the new Cyclops killer.
I know. They killed Shoko Nadami and Renju Okiura.
That's right. Both corpses were found with their same as Iris. This leads us to believe that the crimes were all So this person in the polar bear, they are the new Cyclops And you're telling me that person is you killed...
Yes,
Yeah, like, at this point, there's a reason I'm skipping, because it's because, like, I'm like, okay, what is going on here? Because it ain't true. Especially because we know that So did it. And that he framed her on purpose. But, like, how did he get the chocolate? And the knife. Why are you lying?
I am not lying.
Yeah, you are. By the way, I keep forgetting to voice those lines. I'm gonna try my best to do so. I'm getting back in the groove of recording this game, because I haven't been recording it for a while.
You do know that perjury is a crime, right?
It's been over a week this time, I think, so...
I'm telling you,
it's actually, yeah.
I'm not lying.
It's been more like 2 weeks, because the last session was several episodes, and they're probably going to continue like that until I'm done with this game, because they might even continue that into AI 2, because I am really hooked, and I keep really wanting to play this game for more than an hour or two at a time. Yeah, the format for at least this series, AI and AI 2, is going to be, I don't know, 4 or 5 hour sessions or something, cut into more like 1 to 2 hours per episode, because I would much rather play in larger chunks at this point.
I killed Shoko and Renju, and I tried to cut that demon witch in half.
Now, what's your motive for the other two? Please explain. Like, and why are you doing this?
Isn't Renju Okiura the president of that awful company where the witch works? He's just as responsible. Using her to steal time and money from vulnerable kids. And I'm sure he was debaucherous and degenerate. That man is the root of all evil. That's why I killed him.
Yeah, and his wife?
Renju's ex-wife, right? I did it to get to him.
But the two divorced 4 years ago.
That doesn't matter. The bonds of matrimony are eternal.
In your opinion, I don't think Renju felt the same way.
You are really starting to aggravate me.
Kind of same. You're digging your own grave here on purpose, and you're not even doing it very well. I'm confused.
I answered your questions, so there.
I want to chalk this up to dementia, but I feel like there's something more to that, but like, what the fuck would it be? When and how did you kill her? Because you totally did that.
Well, I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember?
I have dementia. That's actually a valid excuse.
Do you really think that lie is gonna work?
I have a memory disorder.
Actually, that's valid. I was hoping she would bring this up.
I don't always remember everything. It's not my fault.
But you remember the cold storage warehouse.
There are times I remember and times I don't remember. It changes.
Date, Mayumi is not lying about that in particular. There are circumstances that might cause selective memory. For whatever reason, her memory might not have been stored properly in her mind. This is not uncharacteristic for those suffering from dementia.
Date, there's no point in letting this go on. She's clearly lying.
You seemed convinced earlier.
I was kidding. I don't think she's the killer.
I am the killer. I am.
Right now, we have to rely on hard evidence. The Odoroki Man chocolate that Mayumi bought was found at the warehouse.
If Mayumi was at the scene before Ota,
She may have seen the criminal's face.
You know what I'm going to say, right? Date, sync with her.
Okay. I am curious what this will lead to. But yeah, this is definitely a new route. This is a split, isn't it? Huh.
Cuter, we're going to sync with
Very
Mayumi Matsushita. Prepare the machine.
What the hell is this gonna lead to, though? She has no connection to So. Actually, wait, no. No connection to So is a little bold considering the knife and the chocolate, yeah. But, she might actually have hired the guy. God.
What happened?
The sync machine isn't operating to capacity. Yesterday's sync, well, suffice to say, Ota and Date were not too compatible.
Compatible?
I'll give you the big picture. To get the synchronization working properly, I had to push the machine pretty hard. And now, it's not responding.
How long will it take to fix?
16 hours, at least.
You've got 8.
But that's impossible.
So we can't sync yet, huh?
Interesting.
But we need to, or this investigation is going nowhere.
Date, I suggest we go to Matsushita Diner. We may be able to find some clues.
Good idea.
Pewter, we're counting on you for those repairs.
I have a feeling that this is gonna end before that sync can happen. We'll see.
I'll be back in 6 hours.
But you said 8. Please, you have to give me at least 8.
That pewter, always so humble. He'll have it done in 6.
Yeah, Pewter is just that kind of guy, you know?
Hey! This is a hostile work environment!
I do feel bad for Pewter and how much this happens to him. At least twice now. Crunch is great.
Why would Mayumi lie?
She is probably protecting someone.
But who?
Surely you know by now.
Ota, but why?
There is only one person Mayumi would want to protect that badly.
It's Ota.
It has to be.
Does Mayumi think Ota is the killer?
Last night, Ota left Matsushita Diner with Iris. Mayumi saw the whole thing.
But Ota was stabbed in the stomach by the culprit. Does Mayumi not remember that?
No, that isn't quite it. It is possible that she thinks Ota is responsible for everything.
She thinks Ota stabbed himself?
Yes.
Why would he do that?
Before I explain, I would like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the possibility that Ota is the new Cyclops killer?
Impossible.
Why?
Iris had her left eye pulled out. Ota would never do that.
Have you considered that she pulled it out herself?
What?
Or even asked Ota to do it? Perhaps she ordered him to.
See, that honestly makes... he would do whatever she told him to do, so... This has got to lead to us an unlock. It's got to. But how? And if not, then what the hell am I missing in the flowchart? Because it must be something. Either that, or the other one is the only one that does.
Ota and the polar bear.
But I think both of them lead to one of the locks that are still there.
That was just a dream.
But again, we're gonna have to see.
It doesn't necessarily reflect what happened in reality.
The van was stolen while Iris was in the passenger seat. We know that whoever did it is the culprit we're looking for.
There is a chance that Iris was not in the passenger seat. She could have been driving.
How so?
Iris could have taken the wheel herself and driven to the warehouse.
But forensics only found Ota's fingerprints on the wheel.
That can be explained. It is possible that Iris covered her fingertips with her sleeves. In short, Ota and Iris are accomplices. This was all a performance.
That is kind of what the predominant theory was, even in the other route where it ended up happening.
A performance?
Iris drove the Matsushida's van. Ota drove the station wagon. They went to the warehouse separately. Then, they prepared the live stream. Iris anesthetized her left eye and removed it. Either that, or she asked Ota to extract it. After that, Iris took her position on the table, and Ota donned the polar bear costume and started the saw. Consider this. In the stream, Ota and the polar bear were never on screen at the same time.
Yeah, and that's on purpose to make you, misdirect you away from like the whole game does.
That means Ota went off camera, took off the costume, and then...
Stay away from Tessa!
Perhaps Mayumi witnessed the entire event. It is also possible that Mayumi knew what the two were up to.
So she lied to protect Ota.
Yes, but this is only a theory. Consider the possibility that Iris killed Shoko and Renju.
Then, this whole thing was to get her off the suspects list. That's why she pulled out her eye and had Ota stab himself. It makes it look like there's another criminal involved.
I will repeat myself in saying that this is only a theory. It is one of many possibilities.
It's possible, but I don't think it's very likely. They wouldn't go that far just to avoid suspicion.
Date, you must consider the mental state of the serial killer. Shoko and Renju were both exposed and displayed. And they both had their left eye removed while they were still alive. Whoever our killer is, it is clear that they are sociopathic or even psychotic.
We can't rule anything out. Ota? Why are you...
Why did you arrest Mom? You said you were gonna clear her! Why?
Because she fucking said she did it. Sorry. It's basically her fault, but I do feel bad. Hey. Only because it's her, not Iris. Also, I don't think I've seen Ota cry like this. At least he cares about someone other than Iris. But, of course, his mom might be the only one, man. The person he gives a singular iota of a fuck about other than Iris, which... but... It's a dumb question. But I bet I have to ask it. You worried about your mom?
Of course I am! That's my mom! What son wouldn't be worried about his mom?
Same thing.
So worried that my stomach is in knots. The surgery was successful, but they told me she isn't out of the ICU yet.
So this is an obvious question. These are all obvious as fuck. but I have to ask them all, I guess, because this game's been like that.
Okay? How could I be okay? I got stabbed by a serial killer!
Easy, kid. You're gonna open up your stitches.
When I was in the hospital, the police came to me. They told me that my mom confessed.
Yeah, okay. He knew that part, but he still blamed Date for it, because, he learned that behavior from his mom.
I couldn't believe it, so I went to the police station. But because she was under investigation, they wouldn't let me see her. After that, I didn't feel like going back to the hospital. That's why I'm here.
You asked me why your mom was arrested earlier, but she isn't under arrest.
What?
I spoke with her as part of my investigation, yes, but as a source of valuable information, not as a suspect. Mayumi confessed, but it's highly likely that she's lying, so we haven't issued a warrant for her arrest.
That's what I've been saying! Mom didn't do it, she's innocent!
Word is going around. Maybe Iris was the one who killed Shoko and Renju. And you and her planned this warehouse incident to get her off our suspects list.
No way! Tessa had her eye.
She could have pulled it out herself, or asked you to do it.
You're kidding me, right? Do you really think I would do that? I was fighting for my life against the criminal!
That wasn't caught on camera, though. Neither was the part where you got stabbed.
You're saying that I stabbed myself?
It wouldn't be the first time you faked something, would it, Ota?
I'm telling you, I didn't!
Honestly, I like this just because we're grilling Oda, even though this is not the truth. We know that So did all this. But what does this lead to? Because it's gotta lead to an unlock, but how?
Then why is Mayumi protecting you?
Mom is protecting me?
Your mother is stubborn. She's lying to us because she's protecting someone. The only person I can think of would be you.
Why?
Apparently she thinks that you're the criminal.
Why would she think that?
Your guess is as good as mine. Got any ideas?
Maybe because of her condition. Mom has... dementia. Maybe her memory is just mixed up. Everything is my fault.
Hug.
It's because of me that Mom is... I know how it looks now, but back in the day, the diner was doing pretty good. You know Bloom Park is close by here, right? People who visited the park would stop here a lot. But ever since the explosion 8 years ago...
The chemical plant accident?
Yeah. We're just barely outside of the restricted area, but... because Bloom Park closed, the number of customers dropped by a lot. The diner didn't last much longer. When this place closed, Dad started working at a Chinese restaurant chain during the day, and he was a security guard and traffic cop at night. Mom worked as a janitor, and we're both working hard and barely got any sleep.
And you?
I was just a high school student at the time. I was such a dumbass. I thought it was totally normal to have both parents working, so I didn't even get a part-time job. And they bought me a PC and idol concert tickets. I had it good, but we were drowning in debt. There's a loan on the house and the diner. Mom and Dad didn't let this place go. There are too many memories here to give it up. So they slaved day and night to keep it open. They worked and worked and worked. Thanks to them, I was even able to go to a good university right after I started. Dad...
Passed away?
Yeah, he had a heart attack. From overwork. But even then, I didn't get it, you know? I didn't appreciate how hard they worked for me. Even when I wasn't taking college seriously and getting bad grades, my mom didn't say a thing. She just smiled and told me that it was okay, even when I told her I was going to drop out. Mom, I'm thinking of dropping out of college.
What? Why do you want to do that? Oh,
I decided that I'm going to become a writer.
wow. But you really should finish college.
You don't understand. A writer has to put all of their time into their creativity. I won't have time to go to classes. Plus, I'm friends with the editor of a publishing company. I'm definitely going to have my first book published.
Is that right? Well, Ota, do what makes you happy. You'll turn out just fine. And no matter what happens, Mom will always be on forever and ever.
A lot of their coddling is why he turned out like this, honestly. But it's his own fault ultimately, but yeah, I did figure there was a lot of that going on. But at the same time, like, I'm really glad that my dad has given me the concessions he has, because I don't think I'd mentally be okay to do the normal adult thing yet. Soon, I think, but not yet. It's kind of an interesting mixed feeling thinking about his situation, because it's actually very similar to mine. In his case, I think it's a hindrance. In mine, I think it's a positive thing. Because he's just sitting there and not actually doing anything with his life and convincing himself that he is. I really am moving forward, but for a while I was kind of doing that, but it's complicated, man. I was always trying to move forward and try to get jobs and stuff. Well, he seemed to drop out of college and then continue writing books and never actually publishing anything. His writing, that seems to be clear enough, but
Yeah, how'd you guess? It was really just a few texts back and forth, but I was thrilled. I thought I could make it as a writer because of that.
I do kind of feel for him though, because I've also had delusions of grandeur, and I'm finally out of that phase, really. But yeah.
But it's impossible. I know there's no way I can be a writer. I've never even finished writing a novel. Not even once. I always give up after the first 5,000 words. To even apply for the amateurs contest, you have to submit 10 times that. But Mom, she kept supporting me. Not long after I quit college, Mom was always smiling at me. But I think she was starting to slip mentally one day.
Oh, what's wrong, Ota? Do you have the day off from school?
Are you being sarcastic?
Oh, right. You don't attend anymore. Oopsie, I totally forgot.
How can you forget your own son's career choice?
Sorry. Anyway, are you hungry? You haven't eaten anything since this morning, have you?
Are you kidding?
What?
I ate breakfast and lunch already.
Oh, did you? By the way, Ota, what's living at the dorms like?
Why are you making...
I'm not teasing you.
Don't fuck with me!
Not deserve the kind of shit that she doesn't know. He's always been a brat. Jesus. I thought he was nice to his mom, but I guess not. I mean, okay, he is clearly. Jesus, dude. But like,
Mom got sick because I'm such a piece of shit. I was only thinking about myself. I didn't take care of her. I was so stupid. I didn't realize she was sick. I thought she was messing with me. I was so cruel to her for no reason.
Okay, yeah. Let's see.
And she got worse and worse.
I think, honestly, Ota feels like someone who seems to feel like they have no choice but to escape from life because of everything about this, you know? So I get it, but you have a choice, and he just hasn't realized it yet. But now I actually feel more sorry for him than I think I could have. Just because this is so relatable to me, his whole ass situation. Wow, this is actually way more relatable to me than wow. Uchikoshi, what the fuck were you doing in my brain? And why'd you write a game about it? This is like very a me-ass mirrored situation right here. It's very weird. Mom with dementia, a lot of issues doing adult things in your 20s. Holy fuck.
What's that picture?
Delusions of grandeur about writing. I'm not kidding, actually. It's funny. A damn nerd. I'll be honest. Anyway, it's really ridiculously
Looking at
funny.
this photo reminds me
The amount that it's similar.
one time when I was a kid. I said something really bad to Mom and Dad, and they scolded me for it. And it's not like it was an apology or anything. But Dad and I gave her a Mother's Day gift. My mom was so happy that she cried. That's what this photo is from. Why did it turn out like this? I'm such...
At least you recognize it now.
Hey, Aiba.
What is it?
I don't like Ota one bit, but I can't imagine that this guy's the criminal.
Why is that?
Hearing his story made me think that He's not such a bad guy.
Your presumption is illogical.
Human beings are illogical.
That's true.
We're not like you AI. We can't be logical all the time, but we make up for it in one very important way.
What is that?
Intuition.
Do you find that useful?
At times. Iba, let's go back to the cold storage warehouse. We might be missing something.
Understood.
Interesting that she's convinced that he did it or Mayumi did it. I would look around for flavor text, but I'd rather not. There's a lot of funny stuff everywhere, I'm sure, but a lot of it's gonna be nonsensical, and I'm just like, I just want to fucking get to the meat of this freaking game, and there's gonna be a lot of goofy shit everywhere in the story anyway.
Date, weren't you going to check the warehouse?
I was, but a thought
Wait, weren't
occurred
you
to
going
me.
to? He just got here. I guess he was gonna go in, but then he's now standing here? Something about the cars, right?
Iba, are you sure that Ota took this car?
As I've already explained, the security cameras at the Famisto parking lot saw the entire incident clearly.
So it was definitely Ota who drove it here.
Why are you stating the obvious?
Now, where is he going with this?
Iba, who drove the van here?
There are two possibilities, either Iris or the criminal who kidnapped Iris.
And Mayumi?
Considering the time that she purchased the chocolate, that would be almost impossible. The van was hijacked from the Famisto parking lot at 10:32 p.m. At that time, Mayumi was in the 812 convenience store more than 100 yards away.
We found the chocolate Mayumi bought on the floor of the cold storage warehouse, but that doesn't prove she was actually at the scene. If she was, how did she get here? She wasn't in the van or the station wagon.
Of course! A different car. I will search for all vehicles that were in this area from Sunday night to Monday morning.
I've been connected to the end system server and began research. End system? I don't know if I've ever seen about this. She got a result in no time.
Found one hit. A taxi.
Where's that taxi now?
It is parked in Lemniscate's parking lot.
At Lemniscate? Why?
Unknown. But we should speak with the driver immediately.
Okay, this is leading. Yeah, there was a lot about this that I'm like, what? Like, how did the chocolate get there? How did the knife get there? How was So following them? I feel like he must have been. So at least all these things are probably going to be wrapped up with this, hopefully. Yeah, they were never really wrapped up before. We just figured out that So did it. And also, there's more to it than he's nuts, but he's clearly nuts.
Hey, got a minute?
Are you talking to moi?
Moi?
Date, now is not the time to be distracted by this old man's diction.
Is it an older Japanese person joke?
Mind if I ask you what you're doing here?
Moi? I am but a humble taxicab driver.
There we go.
What?
I'm
What
with the
is this
police.
man's
I have
face?
some questions for you.
That smile is so nightmarish. What about Mayumi? What's she done? Before I arrived at Lemniscate, I got a picture of Mayumi from Abyss. Showed it to the driver.
Did you drive this passenger on Sunday night?
Ooh, I did indeed. I remember her well. The old hag.
Old hag.
Oof.
I took her on a tour of the streets of Tokyo. Our ultimate destination was the warehouse district in Ariake.
Why didn't you report this to the police?
Reported?
You don't know about the incident at the cold storage warehouse? It was all over the news.
No, I'm afraid not. Newspapers and television news programs have never been much of an interest to moi.
Honestly, that's based as fuck. Cause, like, kinda same. I mostly hear about my news from people I know that do give a fuck about it. I'll be honest. But I've been considering the merits of being more informed recently. I've actually been looking into some things more recently. Where it's from doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna need to talk about it anyway. It's gonna be a joke about some country or who knows.
I have just finished conveying my client from Temeke Sano's studio. I was informed that the visit here would be brief, and thus I have decided to wait in this lobby. I recall it was around 10 in the evening, near the Kabasaki district, an unassuming restaurant named Matsushita Diner. That's where I picked up the old hag. and as soon as she stepped foot in my conveyance, she was already barking orders at me. Follow that path and hurry!
Calling him that, okay.
I must admit, I found it rather exciting, just like an old chase film. I, of course, insisted that I be paid up front. We pursued the van for roughly half an hour. Suddenly, the van came to a halt at a convenience store.
He said tour in... okay.
The Famisto along Koshu, right?
Precisely right. I am surprised you know that. In any case, I knew that the jig would be up if we were seen following the van, so I decided to drive past it. I parked at the 8 store, but 100 yards from there, while waiting for the object of our pursuit to make its next move. The old hag suddenly spoke up. "I have to buy something," she declared, then made her way into the 8.
This must be when Mayumi bought the Odoroki man chocolate.
A few minutes later, the old hag finished making her purchases and walked out. And then, at that very moment, I witnessed the van jet off at great speed down Koshu. I hurried the old hag inside my vehicle, then resumed the chase. We followed them for roughly half an hour more.
I see. If the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that Ota was left behind at the Famisto.
Mayumi thought Ota was in the van the whole time.
We then arrived at a splendid manor. The van entered the premises through the front gate and disappeared from view. We, of course, could not follow, so we waited outside. I estimate another 10 minutes passed. The front gate opened once again, and the van drove out, and we pursued. But 30 minutes later, our pursuit was foiled again.
What happened?
The van drove into the restricted Kawasaki district. The old hag, of course, demanded that I follow. But I was not about to risk my license and livelihood. Instead, I parked on the road and waited for the van to drive back the way it came. But of course, we knew it might not take the same road back. In fact, we were not even sure the van would be coming back at all. But the old hag was not keen on giving up, so we began our stakeout. About 45 minutes later, the date had changed at this point. It was 12:25 a.m. on Monday.
How do you remember the time so well?
Well, you see, I always keep my radio dial on the same station. I remember precisely which programs were playing during this endeavor. Thus, I can approximate the time.
I see. Please continue.
At 12:25 a.m., the old hag's tenacious gamble paid dividends. The van returned down the same street. And thus, we again made pursuit. I kept considerable distance. We had come so far, I did not want to get caught now. But my caution backfired. I lost sight of the van in the Ariake warehouses. Without so much as a thank you, the old hag popped open the door and took off toward the warehouses. I waited for some time, but the old hag did not return.
What? I think the eye was taken out and... Why did it drive all that way?
The goose was cooked at this point, so I made the decision to return home. I am glad I had the foresight to ask for payment in advance.
I follow your story. I have one more question. Where is this manor the van stopped at?
Oh, every taxi driver in the city knows that residence. It is the personal home of Congressman So Sajima.
Sajima?
Okay. Okay. This is where we link it. Okay, this is Sajima. So he did take... I think he took her eye out and stored it in his house?
Why did the van go to So's house?
We need to speak with him immediately.
Agreed. Let's move.
There we go. This is how we link it to So here. So yeah, it leads to the same place again, so... I've noticed something. If it's not a bad end, it definitely does lead somewhere, at least to new information. And a bad end meaning we're definitely going the exact wrong direction, which I feel like Iris's delusions would definitely make that happen, but we'll see. Either way, we're back on track as to who the actual suspect should be, so this is good.
There's no one here.
Indeed.
I don't see So or his bodyguards.
I do not detect them either.
Let's go inside.
What the frick? No one being around. At all? Not even his body? They're off doing something. Like... storming HQ? I don't know. Well, Abyss? Actually, Police HQ is
Hey,
above
Iva.
Abyss, right? So, like 13 floors apparently. What are the other 12 floors? Actually, I'm wondering about that. Above Abyss.
Do you smell something funny?
You are aware that I do not possess the sense of smell, correct?
Is there a dead body? Oh, are we gonna find where the eyes are?
Oh, right.
Because I was wondering what happened to them. Are they in the vase? Ew.
There's something strange about this vase. Ugh.
What is it?
This is definitely where the smell is coming from.
Is there something inside?
Maybe, but the opening is covered by a metal plate.
The lid is fixed with a bolt. It will not open easily.
Yeah.
Then, as is standard procedure...
Oh my fuck. Wait! How did Boss do that? Wait, I just realized. Okay, this is where Boss, did this. But what made her so deranged? There's something more to it than just what he's done, right? I don't know, man. There's something weird about this whole thing, but okay. How the fuck did he even get to him? Because of all his bodyguards. Where did they go? What the hell? I'm really wondering about all this. Like, what, how, who, where? Queen shit, but like, why and how? Is all I can say about this, but at least we know who did this. We still have not really figured out what happened with, like... Okay, now because of the taxi driver thing, we basically know what happened with, like, why Mayumi seemed caught up in it. And that's why she ended up leaving the chocolate there. But I'm not sure how the knife factored in. How did So get a hold of the knife? Because he did, didn't he? I don't know.
What?
Because that was... I don't know. That was after that whole thing, right, I think?
Got it.
Yeah, so, when did she get to him and how? How did he get through all the bodyguards?
So Sejima?
Is there several killers that are doing the same thing with eyes? But why? What's going on?
That is the head of So
This is a
Sejima.
fun image right here.
Left eye is hollowed out.
This is most likely a crime committed by the new Cyclops killer.
Do you have an estimated time of death?
Today, sometime between 11 a.m. and noon.
That's about when I was talking to Ota at Matsushita Diner.
And she said she'd be back in 6
At that
hours.
time, Mayumi was in police custody and Iris was in the ICU of Central
But how
Hospital.
did she know she'd be able to get to him? Where the hell did all his guards go?
They have not moved.
That means Ota, Mayumi, and Iris couldn't possibly have committed the crime. Assuming that this is the work of a single killer, those three can be eliminated from the list of suspects.
Ota, Mayumi, and Iris are not the new Cyclops killer.
Right. By the way, why is there no one in the mansion?
Thing is, we know that So is at least one of the Cyclops killers, but I still don't really buy that he also did Shoko and Renju, but, well, we'll see.
No bodyguards, no housekeepers.
Because the characters just assumed that so easily that part of me feels like it's another one of Uchikoshi's red herrings. He loves those.
I do not know.
Does So have family?
So Sejima's wife died in labor 30 years ago, giving birth to their son. Their son is currently living abroad.
Whoops, that became the thing again. That's really sus to me, because one of the other things that I was really confused about was, in fact, the thing I might be the most confused about. No, there's a lot of things I'm pretty equally confused about this game right now, but So did mention that he was literally Date's father at one point. And considering Date doesn't remember shit until 6 years ago, and... no, 5 years ago, more like. And the fact that his hair is white does match up with that. Is it some sort of cover-up that he's living abroad? I'm confused, man.
So lived here alone?
Do you find that suspicious?
No, just...
Date, a call from Pewter.
connect me.
Date, the sync machine is up and running. You can sync with Mayumi now.
Oh, thanks, Pewter, but there are more pressing matters now.
Did something happen?
Yeah, I found So Sejima's body, with the left eye hollowed out.
What?
I'm at the Sejima household. Send the investigation team over.
Why so?
I can answer your questions when I get back to Abyss.
Got it.
Date, what is your plan? Wait until crime scene investigation arrives?
No. There's something I need to do. If that taxi driver was telling the truth, Mayumi was at the warehouse yesterday. And we know the chocolate we found at the scene was hers. Maybe she saw something. Maybe she knows something we don't. Some kind of clue or information about the culprit.
Then...
Yeah. We're gonna sync with Mayumi.
Date, a large-scale investigation of Sosejima has already begun. At this very moment, the media is already swarming outside the building.
Really? Doesn't matter. The sync is what's important. If we sink into Mayumi's brain, that might help us find the real culprit.
I understand. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Then, let's begin.
Where am I?
Where is this? Oh, silly me. This is my house. Huh? What happened to me?
This is Matsushita Diner, though it looks odd. Likely an effect of the dementia.
Then we need to help remind her.
Do you think such a thing can be done?
This diner means everything to Mayumi. If we do what we did last time and reproduce the actions from Mayumi's memories, we could help her remember everything.
Is this what you call your intuition?
Told you it was useful.
I'd rather not waste time not getting to the story, so I'm gonna once again just look up a guide. I won't look up what route leads where, but what I will do is follow one of the routes. Unless there isn't routes here. Has there ever been one without a route? I'm pretty sure that, number 89 Somnium never had a route, actually.
Well, if we must. Somnium stand! Activate!
Sinking in the sustain. I think this pun is supposed to be a pun about how she had to sustain this place. Okay, so what the guide recommends, once again, Semi-Files, Wiki on Fandom, thank you very much. Bit Englishy, but whether or not this person's first language is English isn't really that much of a problem because I can still understand it. But calendar is the first thing they recommend. There's a calendar on the wall somewhere. There it is. How do I even get there? Excuse me? Okay.
Calendar.
Okay, I can't approach it all the way. Because I don't think I can jump. I'm pretty sure that is not a thing here. So, welcome back on Sliding Door.
At the entrance.
I'll keep using timies. Every time, pretty much. Unless I feel like that ends up not being a good
Welcome back,
idea.
Ota.
Huh?
You're late today.
Home.
Are you not hungry? Today's dinner is omelet rice. Your favorite. Dad isn't back yet, but you can start eating.
Again? I'm okay. I ate already.
But,
I'm fine.
Ota, wait!
Huggy.
Ota?
Yeah, Oda was a jackass. At least he feels bad about it, but he doesn't do anything about it, dude. I've always at least tried to
Well, the
repair my
diner has
relationship with people
manifested.
instead of just felt sorry about myself and then tried to escape from it, and that's all he does, dude.
Maybe this is one of the memories she forgot.
I don't really blame him, because I did do that for years. It's hard to remember that, because I'm so over it now, which is part of why I hate Oda so much, but... Like, I would like him a lot more if he tried to fucking do anything about his shit, but He's irredeemable as he is. But I'll be honest, was I that far away from him at 24? I don't know, man. I hope so, but I don't know.
It must be important to her, though.
It looks like a sad memory.
Doesn't matter if it's sad. It's still important.
My husband on phone. And I cry forever, because, yeah,
It's the phone. Maybe try picking it up?
Roger.
This is sad, but I wish I felt sorry about either of these characters. The thing is, they've both been major pains in our butts. You know, so, like, why would I feel sorry about these characters? But I should. I feel like I should as a human with emotions. I can certainly see how he got trapped where he is. I didn't really do that until after I was 24. So, that's why I feel like I should be less harsh on him. But, like, the amount of shit this kid has done is irredeemable to me. So.
My husband?
Yes, Matsushita Diner. Yes. Well, yes. Yes. What? My husband! Why?
Oof.
How
Yeah.
could this happen?
Yeah. That's fun.
The
Yaaay.
diner has changed again. However,
These memories aren't all happy, but they are all significant.
if this continues, will it not have a negative effect on Mayumi?
Maybe. But we have to see this through.
I hope
We
it
have
does.
to.
Honestly, I do feel sorry for her. And I feel like part of me should feel sorry for Oda. But I feel like he will only reserve the right for me to feel sorry for him when he's fixed any of his shit.
Understood.
That's where I am right now. I have high empathy, so that's the only reason I even still don't completely just hate Oda, period, after hearing all this. But I did before, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Anyway, this one does not have roots. Interesting. This is its own end. Yeah, I only just realized, I should have figured by there was only one path. When I unlocked each lock, you could see there's only one path. It's one of these again. At least one of them that I did before. I'm literally forgetting it right now, but I did mention it before, I think. Earlier in the episode? Wait. Oh, time goes back to 6 years ago. Oh. Are we gonna find some clues somehow about Date's situation? Or just anything? We'll see. Cake and congratulations, Oda.
A delicious cake.
Insert ass joke here. What? Boss's cake is delicious and I hope it's for me. There we go. If I didn't make a horny joke about Boss, I would literally die, or at least it feels like that. Anyway, I think you've noticed the pattern, NPC, and I think that just like most people who have watched my stuff have noticed the pattern of like, I fixate on one character that's my type in a game really hard, and that's just what I do. And it's, I insert them into everything where it doesn't make sense. Congratulations, Oda.
Congratulations, Ota!
Ah. Cute.
I'm home.
I love Iva saying these things. It's very cute.
Ota! Congratulations on getting into the university, son! Congratulations!
Hooray! Congrats!
Hearing him talk is very jarring, especially because I was not expecting that voice. They spoiled him way too much. That's why he's like this. He thought, at least in a subconscious way, that he could do whatever he wanted and be as much of an asshole as he wanted, and they would get him whatever he wanted. And that's just what he did. Like,
Hooray! Hooray!
huh.
Ota was quite the spoiled child, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Definitely had a lot of growing up to do. But that's what makes him so important to Mayumi.
I see.
Come on. Let's do our best. On envelope? Where's an envelope? There it is.
It's an envelope. Some kind of mail? This is a bank statement. The Matsushita family's loan.
Oof. Especially oof. That's the one she
Let's
did.
do our best.
We have to keep supporting Ota.
Okay. We'll work harder for Ota's dream.
This kid does not deserve these parents. Y'all motherfuckers needed to stop spoiling your child. I'm sorry. Not really your fault, but fuck, dude. But these kind of parents are special for sure. But like, holy shit.
We reproduced another painful memory.
No, not quite.
Are you certain? Mayumi was under a heavy burden of debt and stress running the diner.
That's true. But sometimes hardship is worth it.
Is that so?
I like that. And I would say the same.
Agent Date, you've got 4 minutes.
I'd say that streaming at least takes a lot of my time and effort, but I don't have any negative feelings about it. Same with when I do chores around the house for my parents. Labor of love sort of a thing, you know? So, I agree, man. You know, when I struggled really hard to get better at magic, the times that I spent, like, really hard working on stuff like writing, they never felt like negative experiences, even though there were negative emotions involved. Mostly what I was focused on was that passion, and that was always a positive thing, so it never felt bad. It felt like a challenge, like in a video game. Like one that doesn't frustrate you, but just keeps you engaged and excited. That's what I think the kinds of struggles you should choose in life as much as you can. I think if it feels constantly like a problem, then you're living life wrong and you need to adjust. Not you have to keep going because it's the only option, because it isn't. A lot of people just resign to that because they don't see another one. Normal jobs, excuse me. Unless you like it, unless it's like what I described. Unless it feels like what I described, a good challenge. So you need to find a shelf, and there's an Odoroki Man sticker, yeah.
It's a sticker from a chocolate candy.
Welcome home! Did you get it for me?
It?
This is Ota when he was small?
Oh, thank you.
Do you mean
I like the game does
chocolate?
that for my ADHD ass.
Yeah, Odoroki Man, remember? Oh, that! Yes! Of course I bought it! Look, the Momonoke Man chocolate that you like! Here you go! That's not it!
This poor kid. No wonder he was like this. They spoiled him way too much. Why were they always like this when he was a fucking brat the whole time? How can parents be like this? I'm very confused. How can you be this good of a person? Actually, I don't know if good person is what I want to call her, especially since she has a lot of vitriol towards really anyone that isn't Ota at this point. And so, like, but what I want to say is that nice of a person. That's what I want to say. But the more I get older, the more I realize that nice does not necessarily mean good, man. Because, like, you're not being a good parent here. You're being nice to your child, but if you're literally just being nice to your child, this game does a really good example of explaining why that's a bad thing, actually. Weirdly enough, like that.
Oh, honey.
In a lot of ways.
I thought you liked the Momonoke. No! I told it's Odoroki Man! Oh, sorry. Your mom.
This reinforced that, you know, why the fuck would they like this when such a brat? How the hell did they keep being so nice to him his whole life? How are these people so able to just... No wonder he turned out like this. Frankly, it's still his fault because he hasn't fucking done anything about it in his adult life so far. And I really would like to know that he does, like in AI2 or something, because I'm aware that Mizuki's older in that game. I've seen her on the cover of the game and on like the Steam page. She's definitely older. So what I'm really hoping is that Ota's still alive in AI2 and that he's fixed some of his shit. But considering that this is Uchikoshi, I feel like, unfortunately, it's more likely for him to continue to be a butt of jokes and so still be the same old piece of shit. But frankly, I want to see him better because it's uncomfortable how much I relate to this man. More so the more that gets revealed about him.
You're not just a dummy, you're a super dummy idiot!
God, this kid did not deserve this treatment, especially after this.
Oh, well, you're right, sweetie.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I'm a big dummy.
Oh, no.
I'll buy you a real Momonoke Man. Stupid! It's not Momonoke Man, it's Odoroki Man!
This poor woman.
I hate this! I hate
Oh my
you,
God.
Mom.
Jesus Christ, dude.
What? Wait, Ota! Where did you go?
Oof.
Please, come out from hiding, Ota. Ota, I'm sorry. Mommy won't make any mistakes anymore, Ota.
Don't try to eliminate mistakes. That's not fucking human. I had to learn this really hard because my dad really harsh on mistakes because he's harsh on himself. And I have ADHD, so that doesn't work. He has ADHD too.
Ota! Come back! Ota!
Jesus fucking Christ. No, after hearing that, no, fuck Oda. Again. Okay. I feel like the writing does this on purpose. I feel like Uchikoshi keeps wanting you to conclude every scene that involves Oda hating Oda again. Because it wasn't really favor, it was sympathy. It was empathy, actually. Because I fucking relate too much to this kid's situation, but I wasn't that much of a piece of shit when I was a kid, okay? I really was not. I wasn't like that about, you know, spoiled brat shit like that, at least. At least, was I? Fuck, I might have been. I'll at least admit it. He won't admit his faults. I don't know, man. I'll be honest, I'm trying to, kind of bravado myself into not feeling like I am anything like this kid, but I kind of am. It's kind of amazing how much I am. I have a feeling that Uchikoshi might have been even drawing from, like, his own experiences as a younger adult for Oda, because, like, the amount of things that hit home for me, if he hadn't experienced something like Oda's situation, I'd be surprised. So, he might just be trying to help otakus realize, hey, you don't have to be like this kid, please work on yourself. I really feel like that's what Oda's about. They're supposed to make you hate the parts of yourself that are like him. Because I think every ultra nerd kind of has some of Oda in them. I really think that might be the point of Oda as a character. And honestly, I like that as a point of, like, making the character. Prove yourself so you aren't like this kid at all, please. Anyway.
Don't leave me!
There's a reason I'm calling him a kid, even though he's only, like, 4 years younger than me. Okay, 5. It's because he fucking acts like one still. Although, do I never act like a kid anymore? I think everyone acts like a kid sometimes, no matter how old they get, actually. But that's neither here nor there. Because acting like a kid just means being ultra-emotional, right? Everyone does that. Like, think about that. I think part of the reason that we have a lot of, depression and etc., in society today is because there's a lot of subtle things we do to suppress our emotions as a society, and that provably doesn't do anything good. And I've been trying to help my dad realize how he does it, but he grew up, like, in the era where that was much more of a normality, so I know I'm barking up the wrong tree, but sometimes I get really angry at how I see that he's still kind of essentially punishing himself in ways that he doesn't need to be. And also continuing to perpetuate his own issues by blaming everything on external shit, too. Which is a lot of why I get so pissed at her for doing that and Oda. These games really make you think about your life, man.
I'm sorry.
I feel like Uchikoshi's really fucking good at that shit. No, my dad's playing Elite Dangerous, speaking of my dad. I'm kind of amazed that he wanted to try that. He likes space games and ship games, but I don't think he's gonna like that very much. We'll see. He's more of like an RPG person.
Don't leave me!
Oof, man. I think this is why she was so nice to him, partly. She just, at the end of the day, really wanted to not be alone. And didn't want him to leave her, and that's also why... Oof. Did he literally hide?
Date, look at what you've done. If Mayumi wakes up after all this trauma...
I know it's risky, but we're here for a reason.
What are you planning?
We have to keep going. Just a little more to awaken her past.
But...
If she loves her family this much, there has to be something. There has to be a precious memory hidden deep within.
Is that your intuition?
It is.
I like this stuff about intuition, because as smart as she is, that'd be the one thing she wouldn't be capable of. I like that a lot, as far as like a mental ability. And I would say that intuition is a very powerful human skill, and I feel like I've always had pretty good intuition. It really is something that comes from emotions, I would say. So it makes a lot of sense, man. Wait, what do I do? I can't seem to activate her at all. Okay, I don't know why I'm not even looking at the guide for that. I should be. Advance time. Apparently turn back time is not the one you need to do.
A wall clock.
And this way I definitely completed it with 1 second remaining, because I have like 100 seconds remaining. No, it's... Actually, wait, no, like 200, right? Because... Oof. Is that an explosion? Oh, the explosion of the... Oh, right. She probably witnessed that, because there was a big explosion pretty close to her house, right? Is that what's going on? That makes sense. Large huggy.
Ota, sweetie!
Or, well...
Mom!
Okay, that was the one big time he was an asshole to her.
We know we can be a hassle sometimes,
Aww.
so... Huh, Ota.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, Mom.
Cute. Oh, okay. Fuck, dude! Why does this route make me keep, like, wondering how I should feel about Oda?
You know,
Hey, he's okay.
I
maybe.
love you.
Hey, he's okay. I don't know
Forever
if he's
and
okay,
ever.
but he could be okay, is basically what this is. But then I hate him again.
Me too.
Maybe I shouldn't. Basically, no, that's what it is. I hate him again. Maybe I shouldn't. I hate him. Maybe I shouldn't. I hate. That's what this is. This is what. Because like I've been. I hate him the whole fucking game.
I'll love you both no matter what.
Oh, I think I mixed up the hand gesture. You know what I mean?
And ever.
Hugs.
Oh, I'll never forget this. Oh.
Yeah! We are a family. We can do anything.
Except keep you alive. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Why did I even say that? That's really mean.
Looks like it's okay to go back now.
Yes,
Ugh.
I agree. By the way, Date,
I hurt myself
I
mentally by
admit,
saying that. I'm
it
sorry.
is useful every now and then.
Sorry, y'all. I must have hurt
What
some of
is?
y'all emotionally that way too.
Your intuition.
Huh. This is wholesome. I'll hold on to this and try to forget everything else about Oda. I won't be able to. But I will try. Like, Oda's not completely all bad. That's what Oshikosu's really good at, is grayness. Villains and other types of pieces of shit alike. Like, again, Oda's a piece of shit, but it's because he doesn't change. Not because of what he used to do. If you judge based on that, that's just not fucking fair. Humans have a lot of stuff that basically makes them do shit. But if they never get over it, that's their fault. And that's why I hate Oda. If he ever got over it, I wouldn't hate him anymore. I'm not that kind of person that just holds on to the past, because that's just not fucking healthy.
Ota, I'm so sorry for worrying.
And there's like, he has a lot of shit like that has solidified this stuff in his brain, from his dad dying to just not really being able to do anything good with his life, which I relate to that one a lot, unfortunately. Streaming and YouTubing recently has been the big thing that's helped me a lot, and I haven't even really gotten many viewers from it yet, but it's my it helps me so much mentally in ways that I can't really explain. So I keep doing it, and also I just fucking love it, man. Anyway, I think we all need to find something like that, like, no matter what the fuck happens in your life, that's a source of happiness for you, and you just keep going back to it, and it doesn't matter what you get from it in any other way other than what you get from just doing it, because it's so fucking healing, and that is what this has become to me, making these videos and doing streams.
What do you mean?
Your mother retracted her confession.
I'm so glad.
Yes, yes.
But Mom, why did you think I did it?
About that.
Explain to Oda. On Sunday night, Mayumi was following the van driven by Oda in a taxi. But when the van was hijacked in the Famisto parking lot, Mayumi was at another convenience store nearby buying some chocolate. Because of that, she didn't see what happened. She bought an Odoroki man for him because... Oh my god, that's cute. Fuck. That's why Mayumi thought Oda was still in the van when it drove away. So she kept following it. Then drove all over Tokyo and eventually wound up in the warehouse district near the docks. Mayumi got out of the taxi and followed the van on foot. The van was later found at the Okiyara Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Mayumi walked into the warehouse and discovered the grizzly sea.
A polar bear plucking out Iris's left eye?
It did do that. Okay, she did arrive before it. Wait, where did she leave? When did she leave and why, actually? What happened?
I was so terribly frightened. I panicked and ran. I'm sure that's when I dropped the chocolate.
Okay. She panicked and ran. Okay. Okay! There we go! Now we know what happened there.
And I ran away from the warehouse as fast as I could. I just kept running and running. But while I was running, I had a thought. Maybe that polar bear was Ota, because at the time, I thought Ota was the one driving the van. If Ota brought Iris to the warehouse, then Ota must have been the one in the suit. That's what I was thinking anyway.
So that's why.
I'm so sorry that Mom doubted you, Ota.
Hug.
No, I understand. It's my fault for making you worry.
Ota.
Wholesome. Very wholesome.
But there's one thing I don't get. Why did you buy that chocolate when you were following me?
Oh, because...
You liked Odoroki Man chocolate when you were young, right, Ota?
Yeah. I was like the number 1 or 2 collector of the stickers in my elementary school class. I stuck some of my duplicates all around the diner, too.
You and Mayumi have strong memories of that chocolate, right?
Yeah, but I guess they're not all sweet memories. They're like chocolate, you know? Bittersweet. Makes my heart hurt a little.
Yeah, for being a dumbass.
Oh, huh? I thought you liked the Momonoke Man. No, it's Ota. Oh, so you're not. Oh, it's not.
After I yelled at her, Mom immediately went to buy me another chocolate. My dad came back from buying some ingredients at the same time, and they ran into each other. My dad really let me have it.
Yeah.
How dare you speak to your mother like that?
At least, okay. They weren't all completely coddling him. So I'm kind of amazed he ended up this way if he still did crack the whip, so to speak. And thankfully, so to speak, because I still think that corporal punishment is fucking wrong and that it only traumatizes people. But, yeah. I'm glad that at least he sometimes, wasn't completely nice.
Because Mom is stupid.
You're stupid to call your mother stupid.
There we go.
Your mother bought you that to make you happy. You need to think about how she feels. I didn't raise you like that.
But...
When she comes back, you apologize. Do you understand?
My dad told me to apologize as soon as Mom came back, but the guilt... I hurt my mother, you know? That guilt in my heart, it didn't go away. Even after I apologized to her. After that, things got awkward with Mom. But a few days later, my dad came up with an idea.
Hey, Ota, how about this? You know Mother's Day is coming up. Why don't we get a gift for your mom?
A gift?
That was the first time I had ever heard my dad say something like that.
You know how Mom always takes care of us. We should think of a way to pay her back.
Huh.
I'm sure my dad was trying to clear the air between all of us. So, on Mother's Day, I used my New Year's money I saved up to buy my mom that flower
Oh, it was
mat.
his money too, okay. Well, he saved money at this point? He seemed to be a better kid than the adult he turned into, because he actually saved money at this point, instead of blowing it all on fucking options at a fucking maid cafe and Iris merch.
And my dad saved up a little money to buy the floral apron. And when Mom got her gifts, she started bawling.
Huh?
Like full-on crying.
Oh, you boys. I don't deserve all
Oh, yes you
this.
do!
Thank you, thank
Oof.
you.
They don't deserve you, is what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying.
You do
Well,
deserve it, Mom.
He does! He doesn't. He really doesn't.
I'm proud that you're my mom.
This is cute, but I wish I could actually fully feel the here if I didn't hate Oda so much.
Right, Dad?
Yes. Mom is the best mom in the world.
Cute.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why is he calling her mom? That's kind of awkward to me. I don't know. Like
Say
the dad.
cheese!
It's kind of strange. It must be maybe a Japanese thing. Again, that's translated to English kind of awkwardly. That's what I'm guessing.
Sorry. I lost track of time.
Huh?
What were we talking about again?
The Odoroki Man chocolate. Why she bought the chocolate in the middle of tailing you.
Tailing?
Mom.
That is kind of what she did.
It could be due to her memory disorder.
Likely. She might have literally gone back to, like, when, like, he was a kid in her mind. And I think that's a lot of why the clock rewinding thing keeps happening in her mind. And I know that people with dementia do this, because my mom will often seem to think that her dad is still alive. He's been dead for a long time. And things like that, so...
It is possible that her thought process was once again short-circuited.
Ota, I'm just going out on a limb here.
Huh?
Earlier I looked inside Mayumi's head.
Inside her head?
Like yours.
She was thinking of nothing but you.
Huh?
Her head was full of memories of you. Mayumi just wanted you to come back, Ota, so she bought that chocolate.
Huh?
The chocolate you loved as a kid. She thought she could get you back home with it. That's why I believe, in Mayumi's head, you're still young, Ota.
And honestly, I mean, 24 is still young, I would say so. Anyway, but like, also, you know, the whole, you're always your parents' kid to your parents thing. I'm aware that that's a thing.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, you're right, Date. That's why my mom bought the chocolate. She wanted her little kid back.
What?
I was always so selfish. I made my mom go through such hard times.
True and true.
So from now on, I'm going to support her the way she supported me.
Please actually do that. If you at least really do that, if you still remain an Iris-obsessed, absolutely blame-dodging asshole, if you actually do more for your mom, that'll put you better in my eyes for sure.
I'll do anything. I'll deliver newspapers or be a janitor or anything.
Sure, kid. Please actually do anything like that. God, if AI2 actually has character growth, I will be happy.
I'll work as hard as I can to make sure my mom can rest easy.
What about your dream of being an author?
Well, of course I'm not gonna give up on that. But I'll set my sights a little smaller.
That's what I had to do, because I had the same exact problem he did, which is really weird, man. Why the fuck do I relate to this kid so much? I also wanted to write novels. I'm not fucking joking. I also had issues finishing one. I'm not fucking joking! What the fuck? I'm not kidding. I didn't mention that earlier because it's just so much to mention all at once. And I already mentioned how much I relate to him in other ways, so... But yeah, like, because it came up again, I had to say it, but it's like, what the fuck? How the heck did Uchikoshi reach into my brain and write this kid of all people? At least I'm definitely not as like him in the ways that I would really rather not be. So.
I'll start by writing a short story.
There we go.
Let me read it when you're done.
Of course.
It's gonna be horny, so Date's gonna like it, so... I like that. And actually, that's what I said. Well, I haven't published anything yet, but I've written a lot of short stories at this point. And I've also written collaborative writing stuff with people before, and it was all very nice. One last thing.
Oh, I forgot to tell you something important.
Something important?
I heard the nurses talking before I came in here. Iris is awake.
Oh, there we go.
Really?
Yeah, she's due to be transferred from the ICU to the general ward.
Thank God.
You saved her life, you know. Maybe, just maybe.
Huh? Maybe what?
Nothing.
I kind of doubt it, but
See you, kid.
I feel like that would be cute. But, well, she's gonna die of a brain tumor unless they can save her. Tommy did mention there was one way to save her, but she didn't mention anything else about it. I'm hoping that she ends up being savable, but we'll see. I feel like it might actually require her giving her life for something that drastic.
Is Iris your girlfriend?
Yeah, I'll introduce you next time.
Wait.
She's a great girl.
Oh my god.
Oh my, I'm looking forward to it.
She's never heard her name.
Is she going to be your financier? Oh, maybe I should clean up a bit first.
Fiance.
Financer? Oh, fiance.
Oh, yes! Yes,
Oh,
that's
that's
it.
funny.
Jeez, Mom.
Actually, or she might have heard that name before. But she might have only heard of A-Set. Actually, wait, no, she didn't remember her name. She might have literally just like... I love... I don't know, man. This is weird, especially because he just didn't explain that it's the witch. Because, like, why would he want to hear her yell at him, I guess?
There are still many loose ends in this
and
investigation.
hear her slander him.
Yeah,
slander her.
you're right.
This is cute. This is an ending.
Looks like another all-nighter.
This really feels like an ending. Yeah. Please unlock something. Because if not, there's one other thing. If that doesn't unlock something, I'll definitely go that other route. But if afterwards I don't see another unlock, then I don't know what to do. But we'll say it's another one of these. Can I just, like, skip this? Yes, okay. More after credits? Yeah. Escape.
Has there been any progress in this Jima investigation?
None. Zero clue.
Not exactly.
Maybe.
We have 2 clues.
Maybe not the first time, because I feel like I tried that the first time, but if I never tried escape the first time, whoops, that feels pretty brain dead of me. But sometimes I will just do brain dead things. I think everyone will. But I think I might be a bit more prone to it than other people a lot of the time, I don't know. But you only see all of your own mistakes. So it might really just be that bias. And I think everyone does that to some degree.
2?
2 points of information. But they may not connect directly to the murders.
What are the 2 clues?
Point 1. This may be easier to see than explain. I sent a video to the boss's PC. Could you check there, please?
What's this?
It's from Sunday night.
Yes. After Date was beaten by Ota at Matsushita Diner.
Oof, don't say it like that.
Tessa, wait! I'll get the car.
Wait, when's he getting jail time for assault? Because this was fucking assault. Please tell me he's gonna get some repercussions for assault.
There, stop it. I noticed this earlier as well. Do you see the walk on the floor beside Iris and Mayumi?
Yeah, what about it?
Look closely. The bottom part is curved. Do you notice anything in the reflection?
Iris and Mayumi.
Yes. I have prepared an enlarged and processed version of the image. Boss, the next video.
There was something odd about Iris there.
You witch!
What was she doing?
You stay away from
Okay, she's got the knife. What's that? There was something in her hand. I did feel... wait a minute.
Tessa!
She...
What's wrong?
That's how the knife
Something
got there.
happened?
That was the one thing that was wrapped up.
No, everything's fine.
What was she planning to do with that?
Okay, let's go.
Because it didn't happen, but... That's what she did with her hands. Okay.
Hey, what's this?
Yeah, okay, that's how the knife got there. There we go, that's the last piece of that puzzle, but like... It answers one question, but then asks another one, because Uchikoshi games. I mean, any good mystery will do that, but yeah. But Uchikoshi's really good at that, I feel like.
Iris has the kitchen knife?
The video continues,
that
but this
explains
should be
where
enough.
how it got there. But what was she planning to do with it? She might have just been planning to protect herself? But also, why was she just so confident in just taking the knife from her? It's almost like she knew Mayumi wouldn't resist and, like, start cutting her. Did Mayumi even realize what was happening there?
Iris took the knife and left the diner with Ota.
But if Ota's testimony is true, the polar bear had the kitchen knife.
Maybe it was taken off of Iris when she was kidnapped.
Very likely.
At the Femisto parking lot?
She might have just wanted to protect herself. I hope that was all it was. But I don't... specifically, Mayumi mentioned that sometimes her brain tumor can lead to violent thoughts. So maybe she was planning to kill someone. That doesn't make sense. But,
Whatever. We can think about it later. You said you had 2 clues.
Yeah, what's the other one?
I have learned new information. More thorough autopsy results of Renju's body have revealed something.
Oh?
An object in his intestines.
An object?
A clump of organic matter. Because it was partially digested, it took significant time to analyze.
Well, what was it?
Shoko Nadami's eyeball.
Ew? I feel like it was, like, symbolically fed to him by So or something. Again, if So really did kill him and her, we still don't fucking know that. I'm not gonna sit here and believe that it had to be him until, no one else comes forward as the real killer of him, of them, but... Ugh. Is that literally it? Uh-huh. Interesting. Hell yeah. Progress is good, man. Please unlock a route, though. I think it should. We learned a bunch of new stuff. I say this, but... Really? Okay. Well... More of the... Is this really... Why would this... That's so interesting. Why would this be the one I need to do? Well, okay, well, guess I'll have to.